Hello, and welcome to Health and Fitness Redefined. I'm your host, Anthony Amen. Join me today as we take a dive into the world of health and fitness, where we learn how to overcome adversity, depict fact versus fiction, and see health and fitness in a whole new light. And welcome, guys, to episode number 52. That is right. Episode 52 officially marks 1 year. So before we start anything, I just want to thank everybody that supported me to this, my friends, my family. It really means the world that all you guys listen to this. I mean, I couldn't have done it without you. It wouldn't give me the motivation to go ahead and do these episodes every single week to make sure you guys get top quality episodes. So really, really from the bottom of my heart, thank you, thank you, thank you. A lot. But I know you're not here for that. You're here because you're saying to yourself, what's the top 10? That's right. Today we're doing a top 10 countdown. That's right. We're breaking down the top 10 episodes of this past year. What was the most downloaded? What did we talk about? What was the topics of the year? I'm shocked what they are, honestly. I really couldn't have guessed that this list would be like this, but it blew me away. I added downloads from both the podcast, so all audio sources, plus the ones from YouTube. We went on YouTube about 4 months ago, so that's pretty exciting. And without further ado, let's get it up here. It's the Health and Fitness Redefined Top 10 Countdown. Drum roll, please. And the number 10 top most downloaded episode is Saving New York Gyms, Part A. Part B was actually number 11. Guess that makes sense going hand in hand. But what was this episode about? And this one we really dove in with local gym owners all across the state of New York about how the COVID pandemic was affecting them. This was the third part to that 3-part series we did, is the cure worse than the disease? And there was a lot of good information about what gyms could do to help get themselves open, what the government can do to make sure gyms open safely. It was a focus on a give and take relationship between gyms and the state. We learned a lot about how different aspects of different gyms were hurting. The MMA facilities really taking a bigger hit than maybe, let's say, those personal training studios. Maybe some people pivoted during the pandemic. I know I did at Redefined Fitness. We went online, and it was a lot of good insight about what different gyms were doing, what their feedback was. You got to speak to actual owners who were living it and didn't have to hear the bureaucracy of the government. So if you really want to just take a dive into how gyms were affected, I definitely recommend listening to this episode and then following it up with Part B. We got brand new owners on Part B, dove into different questions. So it was definitely worth a listen. Now we're going to move on to number 9. Number 9 was Getting Mental Disabilities on Track. This was a really good episode with Matt Alexander, who himself is autistic, and he helped teach us how autism is affected in the fitness community, how they're left behind and they don't really feel like they belong. And he's working on a program that's going to be an all-inclusion for special needs, where special needs people could actually teach special needs people and help grow together. I absolutely loved this episode. It ran a little long, I remember that, but Matt is just super intelligent and really hits the nail on the head about what we need to do to help those with special needs, going above and beyond for them. And I really hold this one near and dear to my heart. So if you guys want to learn about that, go check out episode number 9, Getting Mental Disabilities on Track. Number 9, not episode number 9, episode number 30. Anyway, let's move on to numero 8. Number 8 is Energize Your Spirit with Mike Tucci. Mike Tucci was actually an old employer of mine. And in this episode, we talked about daily habits and routines, breaking down from what he does, waking up in the morning, finding up that peace of mind that can help really get you on track. A lot of people feel lost in their day-to-day shuffle. So really taking the 10, 15 minutes where he prays. You can do it as meditating as well. This was a really good, insightful episode on just getting your mind right before you go about your day and prioritizing different things to help you be the best version of yourself. So go check out that one out. That's episode number 39. Energize Your Spirit with Mike Tucci. Great episode. And now, number 7. This episode was a riot, and that's really all I have to say about it. Debunking Fitness with Pat was a blast. We spent 3 hours doing this. We first did his show, then my show. I might have had that backwards, but 3 hours straight of debunking fitness, talking about different topics on each of our shows where we switched roles, and it was awesome. We dove into, especially women, why women don't think they need to weightlift, where realistically they do. They don't want to get that bulky feeling, but that's not what they'll get. It's fact first myth. This is a great show. Episode number 24, Debunking Fitness with Pat Ivan. And go check out his show. Amazing show, talking all things fitness. Absolutely love that. And now, number 6. Number 6 is The Chiropractor and You with Dr. Brian Youngs. Dr. Youngs is a personal friend of mine and also my chiropractor. And also we work together. We send clients back and forth. And he is a great, great guy. Really knows what he's talking about when it comes to chiropractic. As far as the spine goes, we were talking a lot about having pinched nerves. If you suffer with sciatica, what you can and can't do. Really, really insightful. This is one of the earlier episodes, number 25. But go listen and see how he explains different functions of the spine and what you can do to help maybe alleviate that back pain. And this might be simpler than you think it is. And that is The Chiropractor and You, episode number 25. Now, guys, we have made it to the top 5. That's right. Top 5 episodes, guys. Coming in hot. I've been shocked so far. Just wait till you see the top 5 episodes. All right. Let's get this one in here. Number 5, The Skills of Childhood Development with Mike Evans. This episode was amazing. And I'm not just saying that because Mike and I know each other personally, but we dove all into discipline with children. And it was a really insightful episode about what Skills is doing. That's Skills with the Z at the end, and how they're helping kids through karate. I'm not allowed to call it karate though. And teaching them different things such as physics, math, discipline, just so many things, and giving these kids self-confidence through different programs that most people aren't doing. They are way ahead of their time because there is no one's doing what he's doing in Heidi. And if you want to learn, you want to help, maybe you have kids you're raising, you want to get some ideas, listen to this episode. It is episode number 38. Well worth the listen. Now, number 4. Number 4, A Faster Way to Fat Loss with Veronica Huger. I said her last name wrong last time. I might be Hugger, but Veronica and I talk all about her system that she has with her group on a faster way to fat loss. By combining HIIT training with accountability training, they're able to work with their clients to show them the best results. They said the best habit you can form is the one you form. So doing little things and creating a habit out of it, like walking an extra 0.1 miles a day, or just moving, just getting out there and walking is the best way to lose fat. And this episode really talks about the nitty gritty of a faster way to fat loss, what you can do if you're struggling losing some weight. Definitely worth a listen. That is episode number 26, A Faster Way to Fat Loss. Go check that episode out. And now we are moving on to the top 3. That's right, guys. We have made it to the top 3. The top 3 episodes from the first year of Health and Fitness Redefined. I am not shocked these are the top 3. It's just shows me more about where I need to take the direction of my show. And I want to do more of these kinds, but amazing. I mean, the number 3 episode had over 2,000 downloads. Crazy. And number 3 was Childhood Obesity, a tell-all panel. This one we had 3 guests on. We had Allie, Amy, and Nate, and we talked all about childhood obesity. What is going on? Why is it such a pandemic? This is the pandemic, childhood obesity. The rates are scary high. Kids should not be having type 2 diabetes at the age of 12. That should not be a thing, but yet they are. So why? Is it the government giving us wrong information? Is it the parenting? Is it the schools? What's going on? That's the thing no one's talking about. Why are the childhood obesity rates so high? These kids are going to live shorter lives. For the first time in history of the Homo sapien history, the average lifespan of a person has gone down. Less. You live less than those that did 15 years ago, guys. Think about that. We're doing something wrong, and it all starts with our kids. Our kids are our future. So if we can't help them, we can't help anybody. So listen to this episode. It is phenomenal. We talk about everything, what to work on, what not to work on. Childhood obesity, a tell-all panel really tells it all. I ask hard questions, things that no one wants to hear. And that's probably what makes it controversial, where you're hearing things that no one's talking about. So go listen, go engage, go get out there. Be that advocate to your schools and tell them to add an extra PE class. Be that advocate to say, let's change the cafeteria menus. What's going on with the Pelican group? Who's letting them say that pizza's a vegetable? Go listen to this episode. I'm extremely passionate about childhood obesity because it should not be a thing. Children and obesity should not be in the same category. So go listen. That is number 3. And if you think I'm fueled on that, wait till you see number 2. Number 2, guys, is the Great Keto Debate. The first panel I did is the Great Keto Debate, all about, you guessed it, the keto diet. And for those that don't know, the keto diet is a diet that is all the rave right now, where all you're eating is fats. You cut out carbs completely. Is it healthy? I don't know. We got Cody Kelly on, who was our middleman advocate. We had Dr. Christopher Amen, who took the pro keto side. And then we had myself and we had someone else on who was awesome. And guys, that someone was Jackie. And for those that don't know Jackie, she's a dietitian and she was all negative keto. So if you want to go listen to this episode about whether you think the keto diet's good or bad, you had a doctor, you had a dietitian going neck and neck. Is it good? Is it bad? I'm not being biased on this one. I took the middle ground right away, and it's left ambiguous so you can make your own decision. And that's what it's about. We're going to educate you on everything. And then you go ahead and extrapolate what you want from it. And you say, hey, I think it's good. I'm going to try it. Hey, I think it's bad. Maybe I shouldn't try it. But you will learn all of the things keto that you probably never knew. And it will just save you 6 hours of research. So go listen to the Great Keto Debate. Great episode, number 23. And now, if those were 2 and 3, what's number 1, Anthony? Number 1 is bing! Number 1, the health of small business, with over 6,000 downloads. Crazy. This is not surprising. This episode talked and answered, is the cure worse than the disease? We had different people on from all different aspects of the aisle. We had a commercial landlord, Rob, on. We had your bacteria expert, Kevin Godfrey on. We had somebody from Soul Bowl on. And guys, we had Charlie, we had on a previous episode, who is great and really got passionate in this episode. You should have to hear him talk. He is the owner of SC Fitness and the United States Fitness Coalition. But we wanted to talk about, and this was in the heat of COVID, so we're talking like 4 months ago. What's going on? Why are businesses still closed? Should they be closed? Should we open them? Should we not open them? It gave you insight from everyone in the commercial aspects. So your landlords and your small business owners from different industries, the experts weighing in if they should or shouldn't be open. And you don't know anything until you listen to this episode. Go watch and go. This debate gets heated. It is over an hour and 20 minutes long where they're just going at it with each other. And we're trying to decipher, is the cure of worsening disease? Should small businesses stay open? Should they be closed? What's the right direction? I mean, you're in on this as well, because I started this podcast because of COVID. And, this is just a summary of my show, plus the summary of what's been going on the last year. It is totally relevant, totally worth a listen. And go listen to number 1, The Health of Small Business. It is episode number 32. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the Health and Fitness Redefined Top 10 Countdown. For me, this show means everything, guys. Liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. I want feedback. If you have any ideas for any other panel episodes you want me doing, let me know. I got a few in mind, but I really want to hear from my audience, which is you guys. We are in this together for this episode. I don't do these episodes for me. I do them for you. So thank you for joining us on this week's episode of Health and Fitness Redefined. Don't forget, hit that subscribe button and join us next week as we dive deeper into this ever-changing field. And remember, fitness is a journey, not a destination. We are moving on to season 2 of Health and Fitness Redefined, guys. See you next week. Anthony out.